Rub-a-dub-dub 8 months subbed. Rub-a-dub-dub, let's get in this heart-shaped tub.
Two. Check. 2. Yes. Yes. Gang. Yes. Ice cream so good. Yes. Gang. Yes. Ice cream so good. Gang. Ice cream so good. Yes. Yes. It's oddly hypnotic, isn't it? It's funny that you mentioned that, Dakadude. Watching a Pinky Doll stream, because I just discovered that, because there was a viral tweet about that, and it is weird and strange, but it's also somewhat hypnotic. I don't know. I can't explain why. I don't think I'm going to be participating in any of that. By the way, thank you, Brian, for the 8 months resub at tier 2 and for all your silliness. Thank you. Thank you, Brian, aka Lennon Smesh. I mean, it's the kind of thing that, listen, I could look at the Pinky Doll clips and be like, oh, what's our society coming to? What is this? She's basically become this human anime character, human cartoon character, a human video game character. How degrading is that? And then I look on this fucking thing that I do every day, and there's images of myself dancing on the screen and all kinds of weird shit going on. You know? It's should I really judge Pinky Doll? Really? Is it really that big of a difference? I know it's not the same thing. Obviously it's not the same. It's closer in similarity than I think I would like to admit, though. And you know what? I was reading, because I was kind of fascinated in this, and I was reading about this TikTok creator, Pinky Doll, and it turns out she's Montreal Excellence. She's Montreal Excellence, Pinky Doll. I didn't even realize. So I'm not gonna shit talk. Collab coming soon. I hope so. Yeah, I would like to think so. The development of social media is mostly successive platforms finding new ways to trim more layers of humanity off the algorithm, and each new iteration feels more uncanny. It definitely does feel weird. I'm not going to deny that. Yes. Gang. Yes. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. With the popcorn, the single popcorn and the hair straightener, what the fuck? What is that? It's so strange. Appropriately dystopian. You can imagine that shit in Blade Runner. For sure, there's the Ryan Gosling face with the pink light reflecting on it. You can see that, him watching that. Just the big hologram lady going, yes. Gang. Yes. Ice cream so good. It is hypnotic. I don't know. I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. But that's what I mean. It's I'm not in any position to judge anybody about this kind of stuff. Okay, I know it is not the same thing, or it is more uncanny. But fuck, am I really gonna play that game? Yes. Ice cream so good.
What is the noise again? Quack, 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 quack. Yes, popcorn. Meow. Yes, popcorn. Ice cream so good. Meow. Gang gang, pop, amazing. Hum 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 hum. Fire, fire, fire. Ooh, fire, fire, fire. Gang gang, yes yes yes. Hee ha, yes. You got me feeling like a cowgirl. What is the noise again? Quack quack quack.
It's so weird. But again, it's a no. This is a no Pinky Doll slander zone. I'm sorry. It is weird. I do find it weird. I don't want anyone to get it twisted here. It's for sure weird. This is a no Pinky Doll slander zone though. So yes, so she's making popcorn. That's exactly right. She's making popcorn one kernel at a time with a straightening iron. That hasn't been talked about enough. But I mean, what are you supposed to say about it? I mean, that's what's going on. That's what she's doing.
Good. Coconut so good. Coconut so good. Balloon. Grab, 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 grab. Coconut so good. Grab, 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 grab. Balloon. Grab. Ice cream so good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, thank you, VC. You got me feeling like a queen, huh? Thank you, Shelby. Fire, 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 fire. Ooh, gang, gang. Gang, gang. Ice cream so good. Fire, 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 fire. Thank you, Lily. Slay, huh? Meow, meow. That was so good. Coconut.
Is there a prompt for all this? Well, I guess the actions that she's doing are like some people send stickers. Okay? So I guess on TikTok Live, people send stickers, and then she's got a corresponding movement. Yeah, the chat's making it happen. That's right. People are sending stickers, which is money. And every time she's doing it, there's a whatever sticker you send, it corresponds with like an action that she's doing. Yeah, she's like a human emoji or avatar thing. No, she's not freestyling. No.
Not pop, amazing. Oh, thank you, Chris. I love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Balloon.
It's basically like Rob thanking for subs. This is what I mean. It's not the same thing, but it's not the same thing either. You know? Like there's similarities, definitely.
Grab. Ice cream so good. Oh, thank you, user. I love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Cake, 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 cake. Fire, 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 fire.
I want to find the original one. The original one that I saw. She is good at the pop sound. I agree. There was one that the first one that I saw. Now I don't feel like I can find it. It wasn't that. Yeah, I think it was this. I think this is the first one I saw. It's good. The music, it kind of works.
Thank you, CR. Thank you, Kiki. Ice cream so good. It was you, Max. Pop, amazing. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Thank you, CR. Thank you, Mustard. Ice cream so good. Thank you, Sky. Gun money. Wow. I got your name. Beautiful gift for you. Take your heaven. Ice cream so good. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Tania. Ice cream so good. Thank you, Saturn. Yes. Do you think? Huh? Woof. Thank you, Noel. Thank you, Yayita. Yes, popcorn. Yes, popcorn. Yes, popcorn. Yes, popcorn. Oh, thank you, Sky.
Why the hair straightener? It's a great question.
Thank you, CR. Thank you, Kiki.
It's a great question. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Gang gang. Gang gang. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Gang gang. I don't know. Yeah, Lenin so good. Maybe I should start doing it. I don't know. This is how she activates the sleeper cells. They're getting all their MK Ultra code words. I really got to fix this sub goal so I can stop doing this. It's really stupid. Feels like I blacked out for a few seconds there, but I didn't hate it. That's what I find. It's like, I think that was my initial reaction, was like confusion and like, this says something terrible about society. But then I was kind of like, maybe let's hit play on that again, just so I can be more confused and disgusted by it, you know? And then I found in my head I was saying gang gang, gang gang. Ice cream so good. You know?
You can count on me. You're gonna have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Tasty chat so good left FL1 candy lick.
Thank you, Te Quiero. Thank you for the 11 months, tier 1, close to an entire year. Thank you very much for that. I'm actually looking forward to language evolving into that. She's ahead of the curve. No, I think it's good, actually, that everyone's brains are being reprogrammed by this stuff. And we're turning into fucking NPCs. I think it's good, actually. I do genuinely think there's some primitive stimulus response lizard brain that social media is getting closer and closer to activating directly. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to make of this. Like, that's what I mean. It's like my first reaction is like, oh yeah, this is definitely bad. This is bad. But then I found it strangely captivating. I wonder who the first person to do this was. Like, where did this idea come from? Apparently, it's like pretty popular on TikTok Live. On TikTok Live, there's all these kind of weird subgenres and real like niche communities, and that's where it came from. With the strikes in Hollywood, all we're going to be left with is whatever garbage the Daily Wire produces, aren't we? Or that kind of thing. Or this. You know? Believe me, if I was part of the WGA or the Screen Actors Guild or whatever, I would be first to support their picket line, and I would be going on strike as well, absolutely. But I don't think, since I'm an independent contractor with Twitch, I don't think it's not scabbing to create entertainment, to create a daily show. There's no writing that goes involved in this show. This is all off the dome piece. This is all off the dome piece, folks. There's no writing, so I don't think it qualifies as scabbing. But you know, maybe if while the strike goes on, if people need to be entertained during the day, someone can step up to fill the gap while also supporting the workers and supporting the strikes as well. There is writing, folks. He just doesn't read it. Well, I read it sometimes. Rob doesn't even write down questions for his big event interviews, so no need to strike. Exactly. Piggy Doll will land a new TV series during the strike, and with much deserved. Much deserved. I still can't really find the fucking first clip that I saw. Maybe I did and I'm just getting confused. Ice cream so good. I couldn't meow watch, then I couldn't ice cream look away, and now I just ganged into being a day trader. Ice cream so good. It's funny because someone edited it into like a Street Fighter thing. That was funny as well. Oh, I think it's this one. Here's the one that I was looking for. Thanks for bearing with me, folks. I found the Pinky Doll clip that I was looking for here.
Mike, ice cream so good. Thank you, Lopez. Slay, huh? Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Blake. Thank you, Jace. Gang, gang. Take you, Josh. Take you, I don't know. Take you, Tay. Take you, I am. Ooh, ooh. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang. Yes, 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 yes. Gang, gang. Yes, yes, yes. Mike, ice cream so good. Thank you, Lopez. Slay, huh? Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, this is what I was explaining, Mondo Michelle. So the movements and the words that she's saying correspond to stickers that she's getting sent on TikTok, which is like a donation. That's what I was saying for people that are just getting here. That's why when I first looked at this, I was like, okay, this is a little weird and upsetting to me. But then I looked at like what I do for my day-to-day life on here, thanking the donos, and with the images of myself like dancing on the screen popping up all the time. I was like, I'm not in any position to be judging anyone for any of this kind of stuff. You know, if we just took the whole thing of me talking about politics and the news and everything, or hot dogs or whatever it is, out of the equation, and it was just a direct one-to-one respond to donations relationship, like that's what it is. Yeah, it feels like a sped up version of a Twitch stream. I just hope it's not completely awful for those doing it. I mean, apparently she seems to be doing pretty good, so... I mean, she's a woman online, so she absolutely does have creeps DMing her. There's no denying that.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Take you, Blake. Take you, Jace.
All the stuff on the screen as well. Like when I first started watching Twitch streams and seeing all the stuff on the screen, I was like, man, that's so weird. That's so bizarre. I don't know. I could never do that. And this is just next level with the filters and the stickers and the hearts and the comments. It's like everything going on the screen at one time. Rain, sip, sip, sip. Thank you. Ramen, slurp, slurp, slurp. Slay. Why not? Why don't I just do that? Why don't I just do that?
Gang, gang. Take you, Josh. Take you, I don't know. Take you, Tay. Take you, I am. Ooh, ooh. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang. Yes, yes, yes. Mike, ice cream so good. Take you, Lopez. Slay, huh? Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Take you, Blake. Take you, Jace. Gang, gang. Take you, Josh. Take you, I don't know. Take you.
Is this forever? I mean, I don't know. Like this is just like a 40-second clip, but she does these lives. Like apparently, I just discovered this like the other day. This is a nightmare. Nothing like what you do. I take it back. Okay, well that's part of it as well. We can have that as well. She does these lives like every day. She must do it for a couple hours at a time, I imagine. She has 12K viewers in this clip. She's probably live right now. See, Lodane gets it. Lodane, you get it. Gang gang. Yes, yes, yes. Does she get an electric shock if she misses one? I think that's where this is going ultimately. I did want to find though. Oh, fuck. This must be ripped from another one because I saw someone doing a Street Fighter. Someone edited the clips into like a fucking... It's really hard to find now. Someone edited the clips into like her doing the sounds for like a Street Fighter combo. And it's so funny. Now I don't know how to find it. You have missed an ice cream amount. Your pay has been docked by $1,000. This is the end. This is some Ponty bullshit. It is. It gets right into your fucking brain, doesn't it? And they go to the food truck and order a chorizo. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Dakadoon. Thank you for finding that for me.
Yes, gang gang. Ice cream so good. Yes, yes, yes. Take your job. Take it, I don't know. Ice cream so good. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
This actually isn't the one that I was thinking of. I appreciate that. This is not the one. Someone did it even better. Someone edited it together even better than that. There's multiple Pinky Doll Street Fighter edits. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Fuck. It gets right in your head. It's really something. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang. Oh. While manually popping popcorn with a straightening iron. That's right. Yeah. Oh, the original one got deleted. I see. That's where I can't find it. Yes, yes, yes. And the wind is so bad right now. We got tornado warning. We got a Quebec tornado warning right now. That's good. So if the stream gets cut off at some point, that's why. It's because I got hit by a tornado. Thank you. Ramen so good. Gang gang. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we have to stop. We have to stop this. We have to stop this. My brain is getting colonized by this now. You see how it happens, Sean? You were not sure at first. Rob flying through the air in the tornado. Ice cream so good. Your last thought before a car flies through your window. Gang gang. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna check in an hour, see if we've moved on. I don't know if we're going to. I don't know if we are going to move on, honestly. I can't guarantee that we're going to. This is what TRRS is now. That's right. I'm one of these people now. My dog is worried I'm chuckling too much. Well, I'm glad people are at least entertained by me talking about this. I wonder if she's live right now. We could do a live check-in right now. No, she's not live, folks. She's not live. Ice cream, so good. Okay. Shit. Do not be lured in by the siren song of ice cream, so good. I really did want to find the Street Fighter edit, though. There's a really good one. That was like just perfectly timed. I don't think I can find it. The chat torture level is too high. De-escalate to West Wing clips. We can do that as well. We could do that as well. I'm just trying to... We're just having a conversation about our culture and how it's being changed by technology and social media. Okay? This is important. This is important stuff. I'm sure a Blade Runner 2049 edit is coming. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a secret renegade to stop talking about NATO. NATO so bad. Oh man, this is a horrific video to look at. It just exactly, it just replaces all your memories after a while. Okay, I promise I just have one more. I just have one more Pinky Doll clip. Okay? I just have one more, and then we can move on from this. I just have one more, and then we can move on for you. Okay, you ready?
Tommy, tell us how you put the skits together.
We don't do skits, Mom. Skits are when the football players dress up as the cheerleaders and think it's wit. Sketches are when some of the best minds in comedy come together and put on a national television show that's watched and talked about by millions of people.
Don't you talk to your mother like that.
I'm trying to tell you, you're standing in the middle of the Paris Opera House of American television.
That's swell, Tom, but your little brother is standing in the middle of Afghanistan.
Tommy, tell us how you put the...
Watched and talked about. It is he has a weird delivery on that line, doesn't he? The ice cream lady. His little brother may have died by an IED. True. I'm genuinely having a difficult time not saying, ice cream so good. I'm really having a hard time. I'm just gonna like relax. I'm gonna sip my Diet Coke here. Just take a little step back. We're gonna take a little step back. I'm gonna drink my beverage. I'm gonna drink my beverage, and I'm not gonna talk about or think about that anymore. God, the wind is really like really intense right now. Just checking my phone because if the weather situation also it could also knock out the power. And also, I'm just a little worried because my kid's at camp, and I might just have to go get him early. So, did you show Junior any of these clips? No, I don't think he's ready for that. He's already way ahead of me now. He knows about memes before I know about them. Like, there's the toilet thing. What is that even? He keeps talking to me about it. It's like what is it? It's something toilet with like a weird like scatting thing. The Coke is very good. It's very refreshing. Diet Coke, so good. Yeah, this is if you want to know about the real, I guess Pinky Doll is like the Zoomer generation. And this is what the next generation after that is into. Like the generation my son is. Skibidi toilet, yeah. So if you want to know what the next level is, this is what it is.
This my style is
What do we think about this? How about this? Is this good?
What the heck is going on you?
Okay, I guess this is it.
What the heck is going on you? Oh, help me, please, somebody.
What the heck is going on
What the heck is going on you?
This is the hot meme that the real youths are into now. What do we think about this? This is good. Bleep Lord is into it. We like it. Okay. Overwhelmingly positive response from chat. The kids are cooking. They are, yeah. Lodane says mid. I guess like you're saying, Lodane, it just goes back to like, yeah, YTMND type stuff. Can't wait for brands to desperately try to co-opt this somehow. Oh, you know, in like the fucking like the Wendy's social media manager is prepping some kind of like PowerPoint to deck. You're the man now, dog. The Wendy's social media team is prepping some kind of deck to pitch this. I don't know. This is what's going on. This is what's going on with the youth. The youths. What movie is You're the Man Now, Dog from? I believe it's from the film Finding Forrester with Sean Connery. Is that a Gus Van Sant movie? I find that's like a really weird movie from his oeuvre. It seemed really bad. And Gus Van Sant's a very talented filmmaker. And the wind is just howling outside the window here. It's really kind of disconcerting. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Carla was the prom queen. So this is what young people are up to now. Wendy's is going to make burger boxes that look and open like toilets. Boom, I'll take my $3 million consultancy fee, Mr. Wendy's. Amazing. Who says no? Yeah, Finding Forrester summary. I've never actually seen the movie. I just know it looks really bad, and I remember that line becoming kind of a meme. White man's burden to yell at the kids playing basketball and make them into pompous writers of overwrought literature. Yeah. Sean Connery tells those kids to pull their pants up and get to the typewriter. Is Pinky Doll able to stream with that wind? I don't know. I hope so. It's an insane story made by a great filmmaker. Well, that's what I mean. It's like, it's always seemed like a really weird movie for Gus Van Sant to make. You know what Gus Van Sant movie I really, really do like is Last Days, which is like the fictionalized version of Kurt Cobain's last few days alive. It's not like a real biopic or anything like that, but it's kind of like a dramatic kind of interpretation of that with like a Cobain-like character. It's so great, and it's a fucking phenomenal performance. Lead performance by Michael Pitt. Like, Michael Pitt in that movie, I don't even know if you could really even... I couldn't remember one line of dialogue that he says in the whole movie. Because he's just constantly just, like, shuffling around and mumbling and stammering and looking at his feet. And he's just this, like, broken down kind of shell of a person. And he's got all these shitty friends living in his big mansion. He escapes from rehab, and like all his weird grunge friends are like hanging out in his mansion. Miserable movie of lies. Kurt suicide propaganda. Courtney apologia. Michael Pitt is great though. Are you like a Courtney did it person, Lodane? I'm not discounting that. I've never really gone down that rabbit hole. I do love, there's a fucking amazing scene in that movie where you're goddamn right, it's the first conspiracy I dived into. Okay, interesting. There's this amazing scene where Michael Pitt just like creates this song using some like looping pedals, and it's just so cool. It's this really long, like 3-minute long tracking shot while he's like jamming, just like all messed up, just jamming by himself. It's so great. Using one of those green Line 6 looping pedals. So maybe it is Kurt suicide propaganda. I don't know. Still a really good movie, though. I really love that movie, and I really love that performance by Michael Pitt. It's one of my all-time favorite performances. I was mostly talking shit. I barely watched it. I got to the mac and cheese. I would just like to watch this one part now that I'm thinking about. It's this, yeah. Man, this is so cool. I actually haven't seen Jerry, no. I've heard it's really good, though. I didn't forget about the Discord. I just only go on certain channels usually because it's overwhelming. really like this because first of all, I just think the little jam is kind of cool and interesting. But like you see him throughout this movie, and he's just Diego. This is it's a scene from Gus Van Sant's film Last Days, which is sort of a fictionalized version of Kurt Cobain's death or the final few days alive. And he's just not able to like talk. He can't speak. Like I swear, I can't even recall one thing that Michael Pitt says in this movie because he's just mumbling the entire time. He's just like staring at his feet and mumbling to himself, even to the people that are supposed to be his like friends or his family or whatever. And then it's like you get this scene and it's like this little like image of like this like storm that's going on like inside his head. Show Diego the ice cream meme. We can't go back now. We can't go back to that. Please. Stop doing this to me. Stop doing this to me. I'm trying to cleanse my brain of that meme now. I can't. You're trying to pull me back to it. I can't keep saying those things. I can't keep doing it. I can't. Please. Stop. No. Stop this. Isn't Kim Gordon in it? I don't know. I think there's like kind of fictionalized versions of all his weird Seattle friends. Except the slurping is an egg. Yeah, not without donations. That's right. If you want me to do the gestures, then it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. Oh, okay. I'll stop. This whole stream was just an intentional effort to torture our friend Cinnamon Challenge, and now I'm moving away from it now. I'm moving away from it. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this to each other. We can. Yes. Ugh. Stab. So good. Oh my. I'm just refreshing her page now to see when she goes live. See, look, I told you that she's Montreal excellence. She's Montreal excellence.
Pinky doll, I know I be popping lately, yes. But how come it's only the US people who is talking about me, share my things, put me in the blog? I'm like everywhere, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whatever what you want, okay? You can Google it, like search for it, I'm here. But when you look for a Montreal person who have a blog or anything like this, Nothing. They haven't said nothing. You know what I say? Montreal people don't want to see Montreal people win. And
I
that's
do.
on God, period. I see what I say. Don't come after me.
I
Because
do
one
want
day
to.
you're going to see your rappers say yes, yes, yes. And now you're going to come for me? No, I don't want that love. Keep that same energy, period. Like, bye. Bye. I'm good. Montreal haters.
I'm not a hater.
I see what I say. Hi, it's your girl.
I'm not a hater. I'm doing it. I'm talking about it. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm trying to be supportive of other content creators from Montreal. Yeah, Mondo Michelle, she's Montreal excellence. That's right. We're like the top 2 content creators in the city, pretty much right now. I haven't looked at the numbers. But we got to be close to the top 2. As the representative of Montreal people, can you shed some light on why you're all haters? We're not haters, though. I mean, some are. This is a Pinky Doll stand stream. I agree. I agree with that. No, I'm not beefing with Pinky Doll. Are you crazy? You crazy? I'll put that clip on TikTok so she'll see that I'm another Montreal creator and I'm being supportive. I would go produce for her, but she's got it on lock. She doesn't need any help. She's doing fine. You get it annihilated if you started to beef. Absolutely, I know. I have no interest in that. So her whole shtick is some kind of fetish. I mean, I'm sure for some of the people that are watching and donating, yes. But like, I don't know, there's like thousands of people that watch that. It's not all people being creeps. I'm sure there's creeps involved. I mean, I don't want to deny that, but today I learned our word for sponge cake is sand cake. That does not sound appealing. That does not sound appealing to me. It's not a fetish for me, and I still literally hear her in my head saying, gang, gang. Yes, yes, yes. Me too. Me too. I must admit that I also do. I also do hear that. I wish I could find the first one that I saw. It got deleted. I think it must be kids with their parents' credit cards hooked up to TikTok. There's probably a lot of that, for sure. Yeah. I don't know, folks. I just don't know. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ice cream, so good. Maybe she'll do a Rob shout out one of these days. Well, I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that thing of me defending her, and maybe we can get on this. We can do some kind of a collab. I'm going to enjoy these transcripts being read aloud in court when the Fed in chat finally writes their report. Absolutely. And then you spend an entire day saying gang, 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 gang. Make sure to mention all the Twitter followers. I will do that. Oh, it's just really hard to move on from that. I think literally all I want to do is just sit here right now and just say gang, 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 gang. Ice cream so good, like the entire day. I don't know why. I'm not even benefiting from it. The popcorn thing is very strange as well. Being a human Tamagotchi is the only job AI can't take away from us. Well, the thing is, like, AI is going to eventually do that, but maybe there will always be a place for humans also doing it, you know? Because that is going to be a thing, right? Where AI is going to be doing that exact thing. How do you suggest she pops her corn? I don't know. I guess maybe it makes sense. Maybe it makes sense. I don't know. I've personally never thought to do it like that. Hey, Dimitri, how's it going? You're not healthy? What's wrong? What's wrong, Dimitri? Talk to us. Not gonna lie, I thought it was AI until Rob explained what we were looking at. Well, that's the kind of weird thing about it, is that it seems like it is AI, but it's a person. And it's like, it does, I think that was the kind of initial sort of thing that made me feel weird and concerned by it. Which is that we're becoming AI. Like we're getting, our own brains are getting colonized by it. My partner just walked by my PC and said, "Rob looks like a budget Pedro Pascal." I mean, a lot of people seem to say that. I don't know if the budget is really necessary. You could just say that I look like Pedro Pascal. I don't know. It's like, that's maybe a little insulting, but you know, a number of people have said that. And he is a very handsome man, so I'll take it. The budget does that's kind of makes it more of a backhanded kind of compliment, but or really hot John Hodgman. That feels even more backhanded, even with the hot.
We simply
qualifier.
use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
I'm sorry, Frank. Thank you for the 100 friend coin, but it doesn't trigger the text to speech. But I'll do it. I'll do it for you. Yes, yes, yes. Tiananmen was a failed CIA coup. Gang, gang. Tom Walker did a great explanation of TikTok Live and the presents people buy using pretty much equivalent to bits. Yeah, no, I picked up on it, and that's exactly why I wasn't going to use it as some, like, our society is dying kind of thing. Considering, like, how similar it is. Really hot John Hodgman is a good screen name. We can just have the audio on.
Coconut so good. Balloon. Grab, 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 grab. Mmm. Coconut so good. Grab, 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 grab. Balloon. Grab. Mmm, ice cream so good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, thank you, VC. You got me feeling like a queen, huh? Thank you, Shelby. Fire, 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 fire. Ooh, gang, gang. Gang, gang. Mmm, ice cream so good. Fire, 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 fire. Thank you, Lily. Slay, huh? Meow, meow. Mmm, that was so good. Coconut. Pop, amazing. Oh, thank you, Chris. I love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Mmm. Balloon. Grab. Mmm, ice cream so good. Oh, thank you, user. I love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Mmm. Cake, 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 cake. Fire, 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 fire.
It's a soundboard. It's like a human soundboard. A human soundboard.
We can match the flowers on my head. Beautiful. Mmm, ice cream so good. Ooh, ooh. Yes, 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 yes. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Yes, popcorn. Yes, popcorn. Yes, popcorn. Oh, thank you, Naya. I love you. Pop, amazing. Yes, strong woman. Yes, strong woman. It was you, X. Yes.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, so apparently it's a whole like genre. Let's see there's a couple more people doing this kind of thing. This is just the one that popped off. Okay, here's a couple more. No, yeah, they're supposed to have. It's like an NPC. It's a real life NPC. It's an NPC IRL. That's basically what it is. Please forgive us, audio only crew. I'm glad you work from home today as well, Dakadoon. I had to switch video on to figure out what the heck was going on. It was worth it. Yeah, this is a TikTok live thing. These are not live right now. No. Someone just compiled them. I fell into a rabbit hole on TikTok last night. It's called Real Life NPC. And she's the only black woman on the platform doing this so far, so good for her. Shattering the glass ceiling on the real life NPC community. Gang gang. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Gang gang. It's funny, I was just about to ask about this, GMO Radio. I was just, because it reminded me of people that are doing like the video game movements, like running into walls and stuff. Like, it's funny that you sent that because I was just thinking about that. It reminds me of something similar.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Ow!
It's really good.
You are going down. Oh shit! Damn! What the fuck? Bullshit! I don't need this shit. Motherfucker!
It's really good. Like, it's really well done. This is a whole genre as well. People like walking around like they're in a third person video game. You know what? I have to do a post about this. I don't think I've seen anyone do it. My wife wants you to know that she sent it to me before. Thank you, Ms. Radio. Mrs. Excuse me. Thank you for sending us the meme that we can enjoy. Shit. God's sakes. Hold on, so let's just see if this connects with people here. Let's see. Let's see if that does any numbers. I heard it once and I'm already having gang gang echoing. This is what I'm saying. Like, there's something to this here. I don't know. Is Twitter still functional? I don't know. Not really. Not really. Fuck. It's really hard to even know what to talk about after talking about this. How has the stream been on for 90 minutes already? Bonus to my early onset osteoarthritis. I'm now a fish and chips for dinner guy. You know what, King Window? I haven't had some good fish and chips in quite a long time. I would love some fish and chips, actually. That would be very nice. Got so distracted by this topic. My fries are cold. Oh no. You get some mushy peas on there? For sure, absolutely. Down in Brighton. Going down to Brighton for a weekend. Getting some fish and chips with mushy peas in it. Which one of you is this? Which one of you is this? Which one of you did this? Rex, cool guy. Damn it. Oh my. I wonder if there's good stuff to talk. I have to force myself to talk about something important here. I would like to talk about these strikes that are going on. Popping down to Brighton for some scran, isn't it? That's right. I'm getting kind of hungry too. I'm getting kind of hungry for a single popcorn made on a flat iron. Okay. Let's try to talk about something. There seems to be there's a Vox clip here. Here's the latest news though. And this would be really historic actually. Do you think it tastes better or worse that way? I gotta say worse, because with popcorn is really like, popcorn is fine, but really it's a vehicle for like butter and salt more than anything, right? And if you don't have that, then it's just kind of bland. And when you want to have popcorn, you want to take a big fistful of it and shove it right into your face, you know? And it would take a good long while just to have enough for a fistful. And you want it going all over the seat and all over the sofa and everything. Putting a fistful in your gob. Even if we avoid a SAG strike now, a brutal Hollywood class war is basically inevitable. And like, listen, it's so fucking revealing, some of the quotes coming out from these like studio heads as well. Like, not only do they think that they can just replace writers with ChatGPT, but they're literally just saying that, like, no, we're just going to starve these people out. We're just going to wait until they start losing their homes and their apartments. These incredibly wealthy, powerful executives in the movie business or the filmmaking business. And one thing that seems to me like the main issue here, right, is the way streaming has created this situation. And so streaming has been a way for these studios to like drastically underpay the actual writers and creators and not give them residuals. And it's like a new way for them to just completely dominate this whole process and making it as unequitable as possible. At the same time, even though these are like hugely profitable businesses that are creating these streaming services like Disney, none of these streaming services are actually profitable. In the same way that a lot of these tech companies were propped up by VC cash like Netflix, like they're not actually turning profit. They're spending billions and billions of dollars on creating content, but it's not actually like turning a profit for them. And those billions and billions of dollars that they're spending are not going really to the actual people, the human beings that are writing and creating these shows. And they're spending, like, it's just ludicrous. Like, they're spending hundreds of billions of dollars to create TV series and releasing it, and then pulling it off the air, pulling it off the streaming service like weeks later before anyone's even heard about it. Like, it's actually fucking stunning. There's whole like massive like $200 million Netflix productions that you have never heard of. You've never heard of one thing of it. You've never seen one advertisement for it. You've never seen anything from it. It's just like, it's kind of amazing. Like, it's stunning. I saw there was some Netflix film or TV series like Jupiter's something, Jupiter's Land, Jupiter's Sun, or something like that. This big like Netflix $200 million superhero thing, and it's just no one has heard of it. Jupiter Ascending, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, let's just get this is really a subject that I should have someone from the industry on to talk to us. So maybe we can do that next week or something. Here's just the CBC News hit from it today. Okay, Jesus. We lost Sean. I'm sorry, it's really hard to fucking focus on anything right now. I want to talk about we're going to talk about the Hollywood shit, but like, I see we've lost Sean Meat. This is from 12:52. Tornado warning has been issued in Ontario for Ottawa, North Canada, and Orleans. Dangerous and potentially life-threatening situation. Take cover immediately. That's what's going on in Ontario right now. We didn't get one of these yet, I don't think. Fuck. I really don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this stream. Like, if things start getting weird here, I'm going to have to go and pick up my kid.
And today...
Oh, shit.
And today is likely the day 160,000 actors and on-air performers will call a strike. SAG-AFTRA's leadership votes in just hours on whether to take action that could halt productions. Actors have already been on the picket lines with writers in the Guild in solidarity. Carter Evans reports from Los Angeles.
News of her death will hit them hard.
Mehdi Barachian has acted in more than a dozen TV shows, from NCIS New Orleans to Manifest.
Our normal protocol is a 6-hour downtime per charge.
I can't imagine letting go of wanting to tell stories.
But he says he's struggling just to pay the bills.
If you do want to survive as a middle-class actor in this industry, at this time right now, the way compensation is, you have to have a second job.
That's why he and tens of thousands of other actors are ready to go on strike to fight for higher pay.
It's hilarious to call it a demand because it's the bare minimum. We're asking for fair compensation.
Like striking writers, actors.
It would be good to get Adam Conover. I know Jordan's been trying to get him to come back on the Insurgents because he's been on the Insurgents podcast before. So he'd be really good because he's been front and center at all this. So it would be good for him to get to talk to him on either this show or the Insurgents podcast. But we'll definitely be doing more coverage of this. Just I thought it was important to still take some time today to focus on it a little bit.
Also want increases in basic pay, higher residuals for streaming content, and protection surrounding the use of artificial intelligence.
From the producer's perspective, the demands of the actors are unrealistic at a time when the business truly is in a state of crisis.
These people are so fucking rich. These producers and executives, do you know how much fucking money these people make? And we're talking about writers who, and again, I think we have sort of a distorted idea when we talk about people that are writing for TV. Certainly there are some people that do very well doing that, but a lot of people, either actors, like bit actors, or if you're just in a writer's room, like you're not making like insane bank that you're like wealthy, or you're part of the 1% or the upper crust. Like there's a certain segment of writers and actors that are doing very well for themselves, but there's a whole lot of other actors and writers and artists that work on these films and streaming platforms that are not being compensated nearly enough, that are barely making enough to get by. And I think sometimes on the outside looking in from the entertainment business, we have this distorted idea about how well people are doing. There's many, many, many people though. In fact, the majority of people working in that industry that are like, they rely on like getting jobs each season, and they're relying on like just to get by, just to like keep a roof over their heads. They're not like raking in cash, and they're being lectured to by people like Bob Iger who make like $25 million a year. Like it's absurd. And like that's the thing with any strike. With any strike, as much as people like Bob Iger or people in the Hollywood industry, the filmmaking industry, are trying to like turn people, like consumers, against the creative people that are going on strike, they can end it, and they're saying like, wow, they're striking and people aren't getting their precious movies and their precious content. You know, when they could stop this at any time. They could put the writers back to work at any time. They could put the actors back to work at any time. And they're deliberately not doing so because they want everything for themselves. They want to make sure that the actual creative people that are doing the work, to create the content that these people are making billions of dollars from, they're making sure that those people are not actually able to benefit from it in the way that they should. Sports strikes as well. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Variety co-editor-in-chief Cynthia Littleton says the potential profit from Hollywood is not what it used to be.
That's an existential problem that the industry has to deal with, and you're seeing it in budget cuts and layoffs. These new streaming platforms are not the road to milk and honey. They are not just going to print money.
She believes a strike is imminent.
This is a once-in-a-generation situation, and nobody's quite sure how it's all going to play out.
Now, a letter to SAG members this morning told them all to keep an eye out for details on picket times and locations, so it looks like this could happen. A strike would immediately shut down all production. Even shows that were just nominated for an Emmy yesterday will not be able to film. In fact, it's not even clear when or if the Emmy Awards would happen if there's a strike. Now, the union's National Board of Directors is meeting first thing this morning. They're going to hold a formal strike vote, and we'll find out around noon Eastern what the results are, but it seems like this is going to happen, Anne-Marie.
It really does. So, you know, the writers have been on strike for a while now. We haven't seen a huge change. Maybe the late night talk shows right away. Obviously, you mentioned some of the award shows have gone, you know, without hosts. But if the actors go on strike, will the effects be more immediate?
So, first of all, the reason you haven't seen an impact initially right now is because they've had a lot of shows in the can, in a sense, and they've just had to edit them in the background and get them out. And that's why we've been seeing a lot of new shows, and the late night shows, the live shows. Those have been the ones that were affected by the writer's strike mostly. What would happen immediately would be soap operas. Those sorts of shows would be impacted. But we're also looking ahead now towards the fall TV season, because at this point, a lot of those shows are about to go into production. And if there's a strike, there is no chance those productions are going to happen. There was very little chance they were going to happen with the writer's strike as it is. But now we're looking at impacting, you know, TV, television, and streaming through the rest of the year.
So it seems like in terms of what the two unions want, there certainly is some overlap when it comes to AI, when it comes to streaming. Can you talk a little bit about how SAG-AFTRA's demands, if you will, are different and the same than the Writers Guild?
Yeah, they're actually very...
Dana, I thought all the soap operas still existed. I just assumed that they were all going on, just we didn't pay attention to them. Days of Our Lives and General Hospital, are they all done? I thought they were still around. Did they just morph into reality TV? I remember for a while, like when I was younger, I did get into Days of Our Lives. That was the one that I once got into. In the 90s at one point. Days of Our Lives has got to still be going. It's an institution. I can't really remember many storylines from it, though. I remember, I think at one point on Days of Our Lives, someone got possessed by like some kind of demon. And I think when I started watching, it was in the aftermath of that storyline.
Similar, and the language used to describe how actors are going to get paid is dated. That's what I'm told. You know, it hasn't been updated since we changed the way we watch and consume this content through streaming. So they're saying they need to get a fair shake when it comes to money and
Grey's Anatomy is
residuals.
kind of a soap opera. I don't know if it's still chugging along. Which one has Sunny? I don't remember if that was Days of Our Lives or not. I can't remember. This is a long time ago.
Those are payments on the back end for streaming. They also are concerned about AI, a situation where you could take an actor's image and use artificial intelligence to make it do anything you want on the screen. So they want to deal with that as well, and that's something the writers are concerned about as well, using ChatGPT to write these shows and cutting them out of the picture entirely. So they really both have very, very similar demands.
All right, Carter, thank you very much.
Sure thing.
My hearing.
And today,
like, look at this guy. Look at this freaking guy over here. This freaking guy over here. Oh. In fact, More Perfect Union probably has a lot of good content. CEO Bob Iger, Disney CEO Bob Iger, who makes $27 million per year, went on TV to say that writers and actors aren't being realistic with their demands. Here, let's hear what he has to say when he asks about how they're being unrealistic.
Speaking of content, we're in the midst of a writer's strike, and very likely it would seem to have a actor's strike. How is that going to impact things, and what are your expectations there?
Well, I think it's very disturbing to me. We've talked about disruptive forces on this business and all the challenges that we're facing and the recovery from COVID, which is ongoing. It's not completely back. This is the worst time in the world to add to that disruption.
That's actually the best time, Bob. That's the best time to have a strike. When it's inconvenient. It's supposed to be inconvenient. It's supposed to be inconvenient to both you and the consumers. That's the whole point. That's called leverage. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that's called leverage.
I understand any labor organization's desire to work on the behalf of its members to get the most compensation, to be compensated fairly based on the value that they deliver. We managed as an industry to negotiate.
But it's not based on the value they deliver. It's like it's not based on whether these things are successful or not. People need baseline pay for creating something, even if it doesn't deliver value for you. Even if it doesn't deliver value for Disney Plus, that makes no difference. But whether people should be compensated fairly for that. It's not it's not like that caveat there. It has nothing to do with it.
Fairly based on the value that they deliver. We managed as an industry to negotiate a very good deal with the Directors Guild that reflects the value that the directors contribute to this great business. We wanted to do the same thing with the writers, and we'd like to do the same thing with the actors. There's a level of expectation that they have that is just not realistic. And they are adding to a set of challenges that this business is already facing that is, quite frankly, very disruptive.
So they're not being realistic?
No, they're not.
Why not?
I can't answer that question. I respect their right and their desire to get as much as they possibly can in compensation for their people. I completely respect that. I've been around long enough to understand that dynamic and to appreciate it. But you also have to be realistic about the business environment and what this business can deliver. It is and has been a great business for all of these people, and it will continue to be.
It's been way better for you, sir.
But
$25
being
million per
realistic
year
is imperative.
What do you do in the interim then? Does AI
Well,
start to write a lot of scripts?
It will have a very, very damaging effect on the whole
pay 'em.
business, and unfortunately,
The strike will.
there's huge collateral damage in the
Oh,
industry.
the collateral
to people
damage
who
to all the
are-
other people in the industry. Oh, yeah, that's when they bring out that sob story. You're causing the collateral damage, sir. It's you. This will have a big disruptive effect on people's precious treats and their content, and all the poor grips and camera operators and craft table people. Won't you think about them? It's the first time this man's thought about them in his whole life. I hate that framing. It's so fucking annoying. When all the power is with people like Bob Iger, all the powers, this disruption that he's talking about, all the powers with him and his colleagues to end this disruption as quickly as possible. And Snur, yeah, I actually have that Matt Damon clip as well to look at.
And, who are support services. I could go on and on. It will affect the economy of...
Then pay him.
Different regions even, because of just the sheer size of the business.
Then pay him. Like, that's the unspoken thing. So yeah, here's Matt Damon at the Oppenheimer premiere. Here's how Deadline frames what he's saying. Matt Damon at the Oppenheimer premiere says that the Hollywood labor strikes will be brutal for actors and his own production company, which has shut down one of his company's films. That's how Deadline frames it. And I believe, I was looking as well, Deadline is actually owned by one of the studios or one of the power players involved that profits from the whole thing. Which I probably shouldn't have mentioned without having the actual facts in front of me. So that's how Deadline framed what Matt Damon says, and here's what his actual comments are.
Ben and I just started this little independent studio, and we're 3.5 movies in. We're shut down on one of them right now. We're just waiting for everything to resolve. So, and it's brutal for our sister unions. It's brutal for IATSE. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's going to be tough for the actor, for 160,000 actors. So nobody wants a work stoppage. But if our leadership is saying that the deal isn't fair, then we gotta hold strong till we get a deal that's fair for working actors. It's the difference between having health care and not for a lot of actors, and we got to do what's right by them.
Good for you.
So fucking evil how they framed that. No, but he's not being a scab though, because he's being framed as a scab in the headline, but then he's saying, yeah, it's affecting our production companies, but of course we're going to strike if that's what the leadership wants. Deadline is owned by Penske Media Corporation, a digital media and publishing company that owns and operates a number of media brands, data services, and live events, including Rolling Stone, Variety, Billboard, and South by Southwest Festival. Hello, Sunny Sola. What's up? Why would the capitalist media twist it like that? Mystery wrapped in an enigma. Yeah, and that's, I think the key part of that, this is what I was trying to find here. The key part of that about Penske Media is that Penske owns Dick Clark Productions, which is a member of the AMPTP. So on the side of the bosses and the studios. He is a dickhead for the crypto stuff. I agree. I agree with that. Did anyone say anything at the Barbie premiere? Yeah, I think Margot Robbie was being cool about this as well. I'm gonna make sure I talk about the actual strike, because if I just search for Margot Robbie, I'm gonna be getting a whole bunch of like incels talking about how she's mid. That's the new meme on like incel Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm very much in support of all the unions, and I'm a part of SAG, so I would absolutely stand by that.
I would support the actors.
Of course, yeah. I'm a member of the DGA, the WGA, and SAG, so I'm all in on everything. I love the unions. They've always protected all of the artists I know, and I really want them to stand strong and win their fight.
It's important to all of us to stand in solidarity with our union. I think it's important. Our union is the entity that fights for our rights and fights for the onset rights for everybody. We live in a rapidly changing landscape, and it's important to show that solidarity. And if and when we do strike, I mean, obviously we hope not. We hope that everyone's able to come to a wonderful understanding. But if and when we do, they'll have my full support.
Of course, absolutely. I'm a supporter of the strike. I'm, as a member of the WGA, I'm on strike with them currently, and this is an incredibly difficult time to work in show business, and I think it's only fair that writers and actors are fairly treated.
I think that's pretty reasonable. And again, like we talked about this already, but it's very easy, I think, to see people like Matt Damon or Greta Gerwig or Margot Robbie or whatever. These are big A-list movie stars. They're multimillionaires. Like, what are they striking for? But that's what we need to always keep in mind, is that it's actually really important that they're involved in this, because there's hundreds or thousands of low-paid actors and low-paid writers that are getting completely screwed by this system, that the whole streaming idea has totally disrupted that. The whole AI idea is totally disrupting that. And it's actually really cool that these like bigger name actors and writers and creators are standing by the very low paid vast majority of the people that are in this industry. Has Tom Cruise chimed in? I'm not sure. That's a good question. I would be interested to see that. I don't think he's weighed in yet. Although I did see someone point out, though, that if they do go on strike, it will make it so he can't go and promote the movie anymore, which he'd certainly be super pissed about. I would love to see him throw his weight around here and put some pressure on the studios and the bosses for stopping this. Is Dune 2 delayed? I don't think so, because I think Dune 2 is already done. I think they already locked shooting on that. But you can't promo, though. Yeah, no promo. You can't go out and promote the film, do interviews, or to really talk about it. He's renegotiating his thetans. Exactly. Let's look a little bit about how the streaming industry has contributed to this. Vox has a whole video on it. Let's take a look at this. This is from a month ago. So it's like the idea that just now the Actors Guild is getting involved is actually a hugely historic thing. They hate that part of the job anyway, except maybe Tom Cruise. No, you know he loves it.
What's gotten us to this place is the rug was pulled out from under writers and to a degree actors in the last 10, 15 years. It's the advent of streaming.
Yeah, simultaneous strike hasn't happened since '68.
One of the first streaming original shows was House of Cards. Spoiler alert, when they pushed Kate Mara in front of that train, it seemed like groundbreaking television. And it was fast-paced, and it looked beautiful, and it had huge stars.
Artistically, it's opened up the world. Maybe there used to be 80 shows in a year. Now you're up to 500, 550 shows in a year. And for writers, it was good because it gave people entry.
And a lot of those people were diverse young voices who Hollywood said, oh, you should come out to move to LA or New York, places where the cost of living is extremely high, and you have a seat at the table that for years created careers for people. Now, it doesn't exist like that anymore.
What's the difference between a network show and a streaming show? Network is the TV we all grew up with, ABC, NBC, CBS. And it's the season that begins in September and runs 22 episodes and ends in May. That's a season, especially for procedurals that everyone knows, like Grey's Anatomy or CSI. TV seasons always began in September. And that had something to do with auto sales, by the way. The new car seasons came out, and they were going to advertise heavily, so you wanted new TV.
The network model worked for a very long time and gave people a stable career.
I broke in on Law & Order Criminal Intent. I was on staff there 4 years, became showrunner there. So you get paid by the episode or by the week. They said you'll make $15,000, and I thought that was it. I didn't know they meant for every episode. I didn't understand what I'd stumbled into. So I was able to make a living, start raising a family in New York. I think those doors have closed now. So the upside of streaming creatively was you didn't have to worry about commercial breaks. If I write an SVU, we have 5 commercial breaks in an hour of TV. Something has to happen at the end of that act to make sure people come back. Your writing has to conform to the advertising that pays for it. If you write for streaming, you don't have to worry about commercial breaks. You get to write a different structure. Maybe it's just an organic 3-act structure to an hour. Now you're down to 8-episode runs, 6-episode runs. Shorter seasons where you could arc a story across 8 episodes. You can go a little darker, you can go a little deeper.
That's another thing too, as well, the way that like streaming has cut down on the season lengths. Because like traditionally, if you're writing like a TV series, a network TV series, you're talking about like 24, 25, 26 episodes a season. Which is like if you're a writer, it's like your whole year, right? You land a job in a writer's room for one of these things, and you're like, you have a job for that year. If you land a writing job for a 6-episode streaming series, after the 6 episodes, you're out there trying to find another job. Like it's a grind. It's a grind for writers to try and make a living from it. And yeah, when in that traditional system, it was way easier to make a living if you got your foot in the door and you were there. But like now you can have your foot in the door. You can be writing these hugely successful TV series or streaming series, or even one that's not successful, but that has this huge budget, and you get your salary that you agree on for whatever your 6 or 7 episodes. And then you're out after that. You're like, I have the rest of the year. I still have to pay rent. I still have to like keep a roof over my head. So you're out there grinding and trying to find another gig after. Yeah, it's Hollywood gig work. Exactly. And that's what these studios want, right? That's what they want. If they can't replace writers entirely with AI, which that they want that, but would be a better situation for them. If a Hollywood writer you're just some underpaid gig worker all struggling to climb over each other to get this like gig and then move on to the next thing, without any of the benefits or any of the security or any of the things that like actual people in that system used to get, I think that would be a great situation for them. That's something that they would really like to have, which is exactly why these unions are so important that they need to put their foot down now before it like goes further down this path. You know?
It was great, and writers from movies flocked to it, and novels flocked to it.
But as the episode orders have shrunk, what used to be 40 weeks out of the year that you were working is now 20 weeks. So try having to go from finding one job a year to finding multiple jobs a year to maintain the same status quo that you previously had. It's tough.
I don't think anyone's asking to go back to 20-episode seasons, but the stability and the longevity of those jobs is the model that we're asking for and that we think is best for writers and best for the product.
Can you explain what's changed, how the writer's room looks different in each model?
The function of the writer's room is the exact same. Like, it is a group of writers coming together to break story, to craft a season, and to write episodes of television. When you get your first job writing on a TV show, you're almost always a staff writer, which is the lowest level in the room. And then the next rung on the ladder is story editor, from story editor to executive story editor, co-producer, producer, supervising producer, co-executive producer, and then executive producer is the highest, and showrunner, obviously.
The creative process is people coming together, having a conversation about, is it a dark comedy, is it 1 hour, is it a half hour?
Breaking story and really writing your whole season. The next phase is production, when you...
Yeah, and this is very depressing. Bonsai Prince says, this video makes me crazy because I've been a dues paid member of 2 entertainment unions for a decade. I've never qualified for their healthcare work requirements or made a dime in residuals. Battle Answer says, same, lost my overpriced healthcare last month. Yeah, that's pretty grim stuff.
Bring all of your crew together, bring all of your actors, grab your directors.
I guess that's why it's important to have these fights now, because, like, you know, it's going even further in that direction, in the wrong direction. And will continue going in that direction, so everyone has that same level of insecurity.
And you shoot the TV show, and then the final stage is post-production. When you take that thing you shot, you sit with your editor, turn it into what people see on TV.
Broadcast shows kind of used to be the entire TV space. So if you were on a show like Law & Order SVU, or if you were on a show like Friends, your show was being filmed, it was in production concurrently while you were in the writer's room.
Writers are going back and forth and really learning the ropes of what it is to produce a TV show. You know, and it might be in the moment when you're watching a scene and an actor might come up to you and say, like, this line just isn't working for me. The job of the writer at that moment is to talk to the actor, figure out what isn't working, and write them a new line.
The writer is working with the actor at all times. He's conjuring the character, he's meeting the actor that was cast, and should be there when that actor is giving
Green Key says the whole Western entertainment could burn down. It would be a net gain for humanity. I mean, you know, I see your sentiment, but I still love my slop. You know, there's plenty of things that I enjoy still watching. And, you know, there's a lot of talented artists working in this industry. And in spite of that, still, it's like, if it burned down, maybe perhaps culturally it would be a net gain, but there's still thousands and thousands of people that are relying on this industry to make a living and who would all be completely fucked if that were to happen. So that's what I mean. It's like this industry is not going to go away. And the question is now, like, what shape is it going to take as the years go on? Is it going to be dominated by AI and gig workers, where there's like an elite 1% that do really well from working in the industry, either actors or writers or whoever, and everyone else is just this fucking like plebeian who's getting barely a couple of pennies out of the whole process to barely scrape by? Or is there going to be a system that's created where, you know, people that work in the industry, even minor people, even like people that are generally kind of struggling, and they're going to be taken care of and their contributions are going to be respected? That's the kind of question, you know? And I would hope that it would be that rather than the first thing. Because that's certainly not going to be good for the content that we enjoy looking at either, you know?
Life to those words.
Financially, of course it would cost studios to keep writers on and to pay those extra weeks to keep doing their job. It seems like their favorite place to cut the budget is with writers, robbing them of creativity and robbing them of people training up to be the showrunners of future shows.
Writers are now being separated from production, employed for fewer weeks.
Fewer weeks means less income, and when a show like Game of Thrones costs so much money and takes so much time to make, that's a longer period of time between seasons. And so that means these writers have a longer period of time before they are employed again.
Story-wise, there is something nice about having all of your episodes written before you start to produce. It really gives you a nice scope of the season. You know where all your locations are going to be. And if something happens in the last episode of your season that you realize there's a nice way to plant early in the season, you can go and play with that episode. On the other hand, not having your writers continue to be there and do the work that happens in production hurts the production and it hurts the writers.
There was this staff writer who was on The Bear, which is a streaming show on Hulu, and he had a story about how after working in this room, even though it was this critically acclaimed show and they were winning an award, he went to the award show broke and had to rent a bow tie. What I thought was so interesting about that story was that it wasn't the pay per se that was the issue in that situation, it was the length of the room. So you went from having 40 weeks of guaranteed work to maybe 8 to 10.
It is always very difficult to work in our industry. Writers, directors, actors often have long stretches of idle time.
Periods where you're either looking for your next job, the next room that you're going to go write in, or the next feature that you're going to pitch. Residual checks are what let you do that.
Residuals, which are how actors and writers tide themselves over during lean times, have basically been decimated.
And it's also the other thing is that these streaming services are not like honest and upfront about who's viewing their content and how many times, so they completely destroyed the idea of residuals. Like there was a time when if you were an actor or whatever, on a TV series and your show becomes popular, it goes into syndication, you're basically just set for life. Because then you just have a lifetime of residuals coming in. That whole system's going away as well. Right? And these streaming services are totally cagey about who's watching the show and how many people and how long, how popular it is. You know, the whole industry is completely being shifted by this, and the ways that it used to be lucrative for people are just completely evaporating. VFX artists get no residuals. We make content. Give me a fucking check. Thanks. Yeah, and I agree for $1.10. And in fact, it's the same thing with these studios, right? Or like, they're not even going to like VFX artists like in North America, but they're outsourcing that to places like South Korea, where they basically have like VFX sweatshops where people are doing that kind of gig economy thing that they're fantasizing about. You know, that's what they would like the whole industry to be. What they've got with their VFX artists. That's why they're not shooting things on location anymore. You know, that's why instead of just going into a bar or whatever and filming with a bunch of extras, now you have 2 actors with a green screen. They're animating all these people in the background because it's way cheaper to do that than to actually go into a physical location and pay the extras and pay for the whoever needs to be there. You know, now you just have a couple actors, a green screen, and you outsource it to a VFX sweatshop to make it look like a real location.
TV first began, there was a big strike in 1960, and that strike resulted in writers getting residuals. The reason my network residual is so healthy is because that was negotiated a long time ago when that was the only other way an episode could be rewatched. If you wrote for Friends or Seinfeld, these shows that are on all the time.
Every single time it's used,
you
get a check.
I keep saying things before the video explains them.
Runs your show has, the size of the check decreases. The show is generating income for NBC Universal, and so you will see some of that income. Now streaming comes in, and there's a terrible formula based on a percentage of the sale from the studio to the streamer.
So it's
because that's the thing, and I'm sure they're going to explain this next as well, but you know, the way that they these streaming services, they're wondering, like, they make money by more people signing up. So if you write for a show that gets 2 million streams per episode, but didn't actually lead to an increase in subscribers for the streaming service, they view that as being like a failure, right? So it's not like you're getting paid. It's not like a residual where it's like it's being aired on TV. There's ads. You're getting a cut of the ads. You're getting cut of the revenue every time it plays. Like if you're not pulling in more like paying subscribers, then they're not viewing that as being like a success. And the residuals are just getting completely crushed for any of the people that worked on these properties.
On the platform for a year, and you get one check no matter how many times it's watched.
If you write a show for Hulu, you get paid to write it, and you might see $400 for the next 3 years, as opposed to a network rerun, which might be, for an hour show, might be $24,000.
I have talked to fellow writers who came up years before, and it was the difference between buying a house or not.
For sure, it's exactly like the music
sending your
industry.
kid to school or not, and for me, it just seems like this pipe dream of getting residuals for the work that I've done.
Honestly, like, and that's what we were saying. Like, I don't want the entertainment industry to collapse. And I like, as a consumer of this kind of content, I like these streaming services. You know, it's convenient for consumers to pay a monthly fee of $10 or whatever for Disney, and you get all the Disney films, which is great for like my kid. I get MASH, I get my It's Always Sunny, you know, or whatever else. You know, the whole Fox library is on there now, or most of it. And that's good for me. Yeah, it's convenient now until the show gets deleted. That was one thing that they didn't really make clear when they were starting these services. I kind of thought that these shows would just be on there forever once they've paid to create it and put it on their services, but now that's not the case. But it might be better because considering the fact that these streaming services are not profitable, and they're pouring billions and billions of dollars into creating the content, and they're not seeing a return on that, it might be better for these streaming services to just die. Like it might be better in the same way that it's probably going to be better for the whole tech economy to just die. All these gig economies, Uber and Airbnb, and it would probably be better for everyone, both the artists and ultimately everyone involved, for these streaming services to just completely go away and to go back to something resembling the network model. As outdated as that might seem, it seems like it's the only way to actually ensure under this current economic system that the people that are involved in it are actually being compensated for it.
Strike seems to be catching fire because it mirrors.
Yeah, the whole app, it's not just streaming. The whole app tech industry was built on cheap money. It's all VC cash. It's all angel investors. It's not actually profit. It's been completely artificially inflated by billions of dollars of people that are trying to go in there, fund these services, whether it's Uber, whether it's Airbnb, whether it's Netflix, Prime Video, or whatever, and then colonize and destroy these actual industries that at one point could support workers, unionized workers often, like with the taxi industry, and then jack up the prices on everyone so they can start earning profit from it. And the zero interest loans are over now. That's right. That's the amazing thing about that whole 12-year period or 15-year period of the free money. And this is what we did with it. We gave it to a bunch of these guys, a bunch of these tech guys and streaming service bosses and these tech scammers, and didn't build anything and didn't do anything, didn't make it easier for people to get a home, then bailed the banks out. Yeah. I'll take a look at these Spielberg comments in a moment.
Discontent a lot of workers feel about this yawning wage gap between the
tech
top
guys to reinvent
and
things
the
that already
bottom.
exist.
Secondarily, but correlated,
but destroy
is that
labor.
It's about
it's to
the
destroy
art that we're
unionized
making.
labor.
And if we're not given the time and the resources that we need to make good television, you're not going to have the diversity of voices, the diversity of ideas.
I think that we want to make sure that art isn't coming from only voices who can afford to do this as a job.
Yeah, and that's a good point as well. if it just increases the whole nepotism in the industry, and the only people that are writing or performing in these things are like people that come from independent wealth and can afford to do it, you're cutting out like people that come from a certain class background and completely excluding them from being able to participate in art, which is exactly why, the socialist model is good. Someone mentioned a moment ago how there's Hollywood people that like wanted to work in that Soviet system. That's exactly why art works better under a socialist system, because it makes it available to everyone from every background. The idea that art should be only made by wealthy people that can afford to like hang around and look for an acting job or hang around and look for a writing job. The idea of having an economic system that actually like encourages and nurtures people to create art and create things no matter what background they're from. I mean, that's what we should be striving for. Yeah, and music as well, for sure. It's like you have to, like, it's basically impossible to afford all the gear that you need to like take time off to tour and do all the things you need to do. It was why streaming became so big so fast. It was a quick grab for tech people and others already in the industry that didn't need to cut labor and creatives in. Yeah. The AMTP, this is what they said. The AMPTP member companies remain united in their desire to reach a deal that is mutually beneficial to writers and the health and longevity of the industry, and to avoid hardship and to the thousands of employees who depend upon the industry for their livelihoods. They're so concerned about these other employees, aren't they?
I got into writing because I was an actor and still am.
I've worked on The Adventures of Puss in Boots, Trolls, The Beat Goes On.
Channel Zero for Sci-Fi. I did a bunch of CBS procedurals, and most recently I was the showrunner of One of Us is Lying on Peacock.
Law and Order Criminal Intent. Then I went to In Treatment and did a show called Lights Out for FX. And then I wandered back into the Law and Order family and went to SVU.
More than 11,000 Hollywood film and TV writers are on strike.
Hey! Ho ho! Writers, make your favorite shows! Hey, hey!
Like, look how fucking cruel these people are, too. The end game is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses. That's what they're saying. Receiving positive feedback from Wall Street since the WGA went on strike May 2nd, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Apple, Netflix, Amazon, Disney, Paramount, and others have become determined to break the WGA, as one studio exec blatantly put it. To do so, the studios and the AMPTP believe that by October, most writers will be running out of money after 5 months on the picket lines and no work. The end game is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and they're losing their houses, a studio executive told Deadline. Acknowledging the cold as ice approach, several other sources reiterated the statement. One insider called it a cruel but necessary evil. Like, listen how fucking monstrous these people are. It's so horrible, these people, the way that they think about other human beings that create the fucking content that earns them billions of dollars and their shareholders. Like, it's just unfathomably monstrous, the way that they think of other people. And you're supposed to be creative in this environment. Exactly. Like, it's just horrible. And that is the goal, just ignore unions until they crumble. And here's Adam Conover talking about. He's been very good about this. And he definitely writes someone that we should be talking to either on this stream or the Insurgents podcast.
So yesterday, some studio executives told the press that they were planning on waiting out the Writers Guild until October, when writers will lose our apartments and homes and become homeless and then be forced to come back to the table and take a bad deal. Now, first of all, I cannot believe that they said this. They took the mask off. They told on themselves bigger than anyone I have ever seen. But also, they are dead fucking wrong, because writers are in this for the long haul. We have a strike fund that we use to support other writers who are on hard times. We are raising money for crew members and other people affected by the strike. And most importantly, we know that if we do not get a fair deal, we will not have jobs to go back to. So we are not going to leave this picket line. We are going to keep withholding our labor until the companies come back to the table and make a fair deal. And they're going to do that. You know why? Because they need us. Every dollar they make begins with us. So they are not starving us out. We are starving them out. And until they come back to the table, there will be no writing. So yesterday,
I love it. I love it. Let's see. Adam's been very great about this.
IATSE members and Teamsters are violating their contract by respecting our picket line. It's about no strike clauses, right? And so there's a lot of confusion about no strike clauses. Even if a union has a no strike clause, which says they won't go on strike while they're under a contract, so they can't, you know, like do a sympathy strike, right? It's still every worker's individual right under labor law to respect a picket line, no matter what your contract says. So you always have that right. And what a militant progressive union will do is it will say, we cannot call a sympathy strike, but we certainly encourage all of our members to use their individual right to not cross a picket line in solidarity with this union. A lot of people say Teamsters have a really great no strike clause where that allows them to do this. They do have better language than other unions, but IAA doesn't have that language. IATSE doesn't have that language. Their members are simply choosing en masse to honor our picket lines. It's a loophole in labor law that is in our favor, where you always have the right to respect a picket line, and every union has the ability to at least not dissuade their members from respecting a picket line. So I just want to make that really clear because there's a huge amount of confusion about it. And I think rather than focusing on no strike clauses, we should just be saying, every worker has the right to honor a picket line, and we encourage you to use it.
UPS drivers wouldn't deliver to a place my friend worked at that was striking. And isn't like a UPS strike a possibility as well? Like we do kind of like, it seems like there is kind of a strike wave going on, which is pretty incredible considering all the depressing, painful things, paying attention to like the way that our government is being run by these fucking absolute clowns and monsters. It's just a constant reminder that we are the ones that have the power. And it's not going to be from voting for Joe Biden or whoever else to improve people's conditions, but it's going to be through this kind of like solidarity. The way that's if we have any hope of actually improving our situation, it's going to be through that. Yeah, I know Fieldy from Minion Death Cult is a UPS driver. I saw that he was talking about it. Really cool guy, that Fieldy. UPS strike is looming. Their contract expires August 1st. Yeah, so it's exciting, you know, it's exciting. The idea of all these different unions at the same time, like as conditions are getting worse for workers in every industry. It's good to see that kind of pushback. I'll see if I have any more clips to look at. Fucking Bob Ike. Wind outside is just like yes. My Blade Runner tweet is doing some numbers too, by the way. It's doing a little bit of numbers. Look at that. There's the man himself. We love to see it. Seen your tweet on 3 different Discords already. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Bob, the absolute legend. Well, I mean, it's something we're going to keep our eyes on. I do think, like someone was saying just a moment ago, Alex should go on TRRS. I agree. I can reach out to him. It'd be great to talk to him about that. Yeah, I do think they're bluffing. The execs are bluffing. It's the workers and the writers and the actors that are creating the content that's making them and their shareholders millions of dollars per year or billions. Which is the same with every industry. But folks, speaking of massive tech conglomerates relying on underpaid gig workers for them to make profits, did you know that despite the fact that I do this show every single day on twitch.tv/Rob Rousseau, I don't actually earn any kind of a salary or any kind of benefits from showing up here each and every day to inform and entertain and educate people? And did you know also that the only way that TRRS is able to be on the air, the only way that it's able to stay on the air is through the very, very extremely generous support of the TRRS community members. It's funny when I say the TRRS because it's the T stands for the. Nevertheless, though,
we simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Ice cream so good.
Thank you, Dakadoon, for the 200 friend coin. Thank you for that. So, folks, if you can, I'm at 2 out of 35 subs today. I can't stick around too long because it's really fucked up outside, and I want to go get my kid from camp. It's kind of making me a little nervous. So, folks, if you can, please subscribe to TRRS. And thank you again, Dakadoon, for the 200 friend coin. Subscribe to TRRS. It costs $5 per month. It's completely free of charge if you have an Amazon Prime account, which you can very easily convert to a Twitch Prime sub. It's just wind, but I don't know. It might be. I got a tornado warning though. Sometimes just wind turns into a swirling kind of shape that then throws around a bunch of debris and knocks out power lines and does all that kind of stuff. So if you can, folks, please subscribe to TRRS. I really appreciate it. Be scared of wind. We're not scared of wind. No. Please subscribe to TRRS, folks. Help me keep the show on the air. Every little bit helps. I appreciate it a lot. This generation's gone soft. God damn it. God damn it. There's wind from Cuba. That's right. That makes it really scary. Bunch of soy boy beta cucks scared of wind. Yes, yes, yes. Turn this on or something. Is this related to the China weather balloon? Maybe. Maybe when the weather balloon was flying over the air in Canada, the US, they did some kind of atmospheric DARPA, but it's like Chinese DARPA weather pattern laser or something like that. End of the day, all hurricanes are just wind. Exactly. So, folks, so far zero. So far zero possible.
You can count on me. You're gonna have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Slub 2 rib.
Thank you, Biggerwig, for the 32 months tier 1. Thank you for that. I appreciate it a lot. I don't even know. I feel like I've had a good solid grasp of the whole pitch, the whole sub pitch over the last couple of days. Now I'm losing steam. I'm losing energy. DARPA, more like diaper. Right. Exactly.
You've just become an elite member of the Friendship Triangle.
Subscription Steve. Living up to Steve's namesake. Subscription Steve, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Very, very kind of you. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for that. Instantly, so Subscription Steve was in the chaos zone of the Friendship Triangle system and then instantly just rocketed right up to the elite tier of the Friendship Triangle system. Thank you, Steve, and congratulations to you. Are there any other brave heroes that would like to subscribe to TRRS and help keep this show?
You can count on me. You're gonna have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
And I don't want to pretend that that's not true. That cushions the light breeze outside. Okay, now I'm being mocked. I'm being mocked for being concerned for my child's safety in a potential tornado. Jesus. Thank you, Bleep Lord, for the gifted sub as well. Thank you for that. People have been very, very supportive this week. I have hit the sub goal every day this week, which is the first time that it's happened for quite a while. I would love to keep that going if possible. I'm not counting on it. I don't want to undersell the fact that people have been very, very generous supporting the stream this week. There's wind blowing and you're laughing. It's very scary sounding. It's howling. I'm sorry for being worried for my 7-year-old son who might be concerned about this. But folks, does anyone else want to take a first step towards changing their whole lifestyle and supporting this channel and joining the TRRS community? Do I need to do like a music thing? Do I need to be like an NPC, I guess? Give me back my son! That's what I'm going to be saying to the tornado as he's flying away. I'm going to do the Mel Gibson. It's a good movie, actually, Ransom. That's what it's called, that, right? Gary Sinise in there. I think, was that Ron Howard that directed that? That's a pretty good movie. I haven't seen that in quite some time. Get off my plane. That's a different movie, but also good. Also good. I remember I rewatched that a year or two ago, and I found myself really sympathizing with Gary Oldman's character. Not a good week to be comparing yourself to Mel Gibson. That's a good point. Very good point, King Window. Okay, well, I guess people want me to be an NPC. I think that's why people are withholding their subs right now. I guess it's because you want me to be an NPC. Is that it? I know he's objectively correct. He is. He's like, you destroyed the Soviet Union, you humiliated my people, and now I'm going to destroy you. And I was watching it being like, I agree. I hope you do.
We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Yes.
Thank you, Dakadoon, for the 200 friend coin. No, I can't go full NPC, but I know what the people want. Okay, I know what the people want, and it's this. Folks, please subscribe. Please subscribe to TRRS. Every little bit helps. And if it's not for the commentary or the entertainment or the discussions, it's also for this. Do you have any other takers? What about this? Is this doing anything for you? What if I do this?
We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Gang gang. Thank you, Fart Party 69, for the 100 friend coin. SAG after a press conference in 5 minutes. I would love to tune into it. If only we could just make the number go up a little bit. I'm in this weird position where people have been super generous, especially this week. And, you know, it would be nice if I could just, like, stop doing this because of that, but unfortunately that's not the way this shit works. It's got to go back to 0 at the end of every day.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Thank you, Diego.
We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Diego, for the gifted sub. And thank you, Bleep Lord, for the 200 friend coin. We're close to a hype train, folks. We're very close. One more gifted sub to get that hype train out of the station. Yes, yes, yes. James, how have you been here this whole time and you don't even realize that I have a Patreon? I do have one. What do you think, folks? A few brave, generous chatters could reward me for this, like, humiliation that I'm inflicting upon myself. This is actually the song that I was playing drums to in the Rob Drums GIF.
We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Bobby Doug, thank you for the 129 friend coin. Thank you, Bobby. First time chat, and it's a friend coin donation. Yes,
you
yes,
can count
yes.
on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Max, thank you for the gifted sub as well. Thank you, Max. I don't have a flat iron, no. In my band days, I was known to sometimes use one. I'll admit to that, but not anymore. Great guitar solo in this.
You can count on me. You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Nace Zero, thank you for the 3 gifted subs. Thank you, Nace Zero.
You can
Yes,
count
yes,
on me.
yes.
You're going to have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Gen X Bushy, thank you for the gifted sub. Yes, yes, yes. Choo choo. I feel like for some reason that makes me feel horrible about myself to do. What do you say, folks? Who else wants to support TRRS and help keep this content on the air? Once again, Twitch and Amazon, the massive corporation that I'm working for here as a gig worker, does not actually pay me to do this. It's entirely you. It's entirely the viewers that pay. It's the only way that I'm able to continue to do this show, which apparently people enjoy. Don't ask me why, but they do. Do we hear level 3 of this hype train, folks? Just a few more gifted subs could get to level 3. And if I get out of this segment, we can actually watch the SAG press conference, which would probably be good to look at. What about this? I'm going to start again. God damn you, Lodane. What about this move? More cymbal hits, please. Yes, yes, yes. I would really love to stop doing this. Honestly, I'm not built for the NPC thing. I understand how it's like, entertaining for some people to watch like a grown adult man do this kind of thing. I really like to get these segments just out of the way, just get them over with. And then we can go back to talking about other stuff.
We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Choo choo.
Thank you, Bonsai Prince, for the 200 friend coin. I appreciate it. Very close to level 3, folks. 1 or 2 gifted subs could get to level 3. Fart Party 69. No, I gotta draw the line somewhere. I'm already dancing to Phil Collins, to a Sega Genesis version of Phil Collins. I gotta do the arm pull choo choo as well. Is there no level of fucking humiliation that people won't put me through here? Like, I'm already doing this. Isn't this enough? Grab, 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 grab. The tweet is connecting with people. I couldn't even try to do the popping sound. I can't do this anymore. 45 seconds left, folks. 45 seconds left. 1 or 2 more gifted subs could get us to that level 3. I'm too self-conscious and humiliated to continue this charade right now. I'm trying to entertain people and put people in a position where they can support the channel, but it's too fucking weird sometimes. I have moments of dissociation where I look at what's happening on the screen and I'm like, oh man. What is this? What am I doing here? Sometimes I have those moments of self-reflection.
You can count on me. You're gonna have good old Rob to talk you through all this.
Crad Babes, thank you. Thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate that, Crad Babes. Just be a clown. Who needs dignity? Thank you very much, Crad Babes, for the gifted sub. I appreciate it a lot. Does anyone have a link to the press conference? I have about another 10 minutes before I gotta go. 10, 15 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the stream. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. The only channel to receive my net bucks. Enjoy the UK government's money. I will. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Snure. Keep an eye on that. There's a few things I can look at too before there's a few, like I've been talking a lot about Russia-Ukraine stuff over the last couple of days. I didn't want to take too much time to look at that. There's one thing I wanted to look at here. A bunch of Russian weebs managed to capture a NATO-supplied M2 Bradley IFV using body pillows and guns covered in anime stickers. This war is... This is really the first... It's like a Reddit versus 4chan war, really. These are the Russians that have done this. That's how good things are going with Ukraine. They're losing to people with cat ears. Literally. Quite literally. This is where all the NATO funding, this is what they can't even defeat these guys. I'm not sure what that tattoo is. This person was asking for it. The tattoo says for anime. That's what the guy's tattoo says. They've developed catboy technology. Fall back. That's good. What's this, dude? What is this? Jesus. There was also this coming from the Kiev Independent. This is amazing. This Kiev Independent, which is also sponsored by the CIA and the State Department. The Kiev Independent putting out a video. Was Stepan Bandera good or evil? That's where we're at. That's what I was talking about when we talk about this neo-Nazi issue in Ukraine. And people suggest that we're just talking about like a couple of yahoos in the militia groups in right sector or Azov battalion or whatever. And we're not talking about an action like this right-wing nationalist project to kind of create this Ukrainian identity that's represents and upholds people like Stepan Bandera. Who helped carry out the Holocaust. It's not just a couple of guys in right sector or a couple of guys in Azov battalion that have been folded into the military establishment. We're talking about a whole nationalist project that rehabilitates Nazis. And as I've pointed out many, many times, has upheld and supported these anti-Soviet nationalists who were Nazi sympathizers and Holocaust perpetrators. And totally erased the brave and heroic legacy of the Ukrainians that fought against fascism.
You might have heard Russian propaganda calling Ukrainians Nazis and Banderites. Moscow has used Ukrainian nationalist leaders of the 20th century, such as Stepan Bandera, to vilify Ukrainians and their aspirations for freedom. But was Bandera good or evil? There's no simple answer to that, and unlike Russian propaganda says, the history of Ukrainian nationalist movement is more complex than that.
It's not.
We took on the challenge of countering Moscow's propaganda with facts and explaining the evolution of Ukrainian nationalism in the 20th century without hiding its contentious and dark aspects. You can learn all this and more in the latest episode of Ukraine's True History on our YouTube channel. Please watch, comment, and share. Thank you for supporting our work.
Like, again, I saw Tyler Shipley was tweeting about this. Like, this USSR Pictures account posted this image of the most successful female sniper, hero of the Soviet Union, Lyudmila Pavlichenko, who was Ukrainian, who's a hero, who's a Ukrainian hero that protected Ukraine and the entire world from this threat of fascism. And people responded to that, this account, Theodore, this account, under that, payback time is coming. Go fuck yourself, Russian bastards. Like, because that really spells it out, isn't it? When you're talking about a Soviet hero that killed Nazis and fascists, and then you have someone saying, payback time is coming with the Ukrainian flag. Like, it's pretty fucking clear what's going on there, isn't it? You know? This has been kind of my point. We're not just talking about militia guys. We're not just talking about right sector and Azov battalion. This is part of the whole nationalist project, is rehabilitating fascism. And we got plenty of liberals and social democrats and anarchists that are right on board with it. It's pretty disturbing. Let's look at this press conference for a few minutes. I just wanted to take a brief moment to look at those clips.
To cooperate
without doing a whole segment on it, which we've been talking about a lot this week.
Stronger. Based on the enthusiasm I'm seeing from everyone, I truly believe this union has the unity and the resolve needed to fight for the future of their careers. Due to the broad nature of our membership, this strike does not affect all members of all contract areas, just those working under the 2020 TV theatrical contract. Performers working in interactive entertainment, audiobooks, music, commercials, and other contract areas will not be directly impacted. The strike will begin at midnight tonight, and all of us, union members, leadership, and staff, will be out on the picket lines tomorrow morning. Members are urged to go to sagaftrastrike.org for answers to common questions as well as information on picket locations. I'd now like to turn the microphone over to SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher.
Thank you. Thank you, Duncan.
Let's
And
go.
thank you, everybody, for coming to this press conference today. It's really important that this negotiation be covered because the eyes of the world, and particularly the eyes of labor, are upon us. What happens here is important because what's happening to us is happening across all fields of labor by means of when employers make Wall Street and greed their priority, and they forget about the essential contributors that make the machine run. We have a problem, and we are experiencing that right at this moment. This is a very seminal hour for us. I went in earnest, thinking that we would be able to avert a strike. The gravity of this move is not lost on me or our negotiating committee or our board members who have voted unanimously to proceed with a strike. It's a very serious thing that impacts thousands, if not millions of people all
And the studio
across
heads
this
can stop it
country
at any time.
and around the world.
Always remember that.
Not only members of this union, but people who work in other industries that service the people that work in this industry. And so it came with great sadness that we came to this crossroads, but we had no choice. We are the victims here. We are being victimized by a very greedy entity. I am shocked by the way the people that we have been in business with are treating us. I cannot believe it, quite frankly. How far apart we are on so many things. How they plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right when giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs. It is disgusting. Shame on them. They stand on the wrong side of history at this very moment. We stand in solidarity, in unprecedented unity. Our union and our sister unions and the unions around the world are standing by us, as well as other labor unions. Because at some point, the jig is up. You cannot keep being dwindled and marginalized and disrespected and dishonored. The entire business model has been changed by streaming, digital, AI. This is a moment of history that is a moment of truth. If we don't stand tall right now, we are all going to be in trouble. We are all going to be in jeopardy of being replaced by machines and big business. Who cares more about Wall Street than you and your family? Most of Americans don't have more than $500 in an emergency. This is a very big deal, and it weighed heavy on us. But at some point, you have to say, no, we're not going to take this anymore. You people are crazy. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Privately, they all say we're the center of the wheel. Everybody else tinkers around our artistry, but actions speak louder than words. And there was nothing there. It was insulting. So we came together in strength and solidarity and unity with the largest strike authorization vote in our union's history. And we made the hard decision that we tell you as we stand before you today. This is major. It's really serious, and it's going to impact every single person that is in labor. We are fortunate enough to be in a country right now that happens to be labor friendly. And yet we were facing opposition
people might actually relate it to their
that
own
was
workplace.
so labor
Ideally, yeah.
unfriendly.
What I'm nervous about, though, is that people have such like a distorted view of labor and entertainment in general that they're going to blame the artists and blame the actors or whatever, just the same way they do in sports strikes. When they say these athletes are making millions of dollars, what are they complaining about? I'm a little worried that we're going to see some of that, but hopefully through the proper messaging, they're going to be able to redirect that anger to where it should be, right? I hope so anyways. And when people's treats do start drying up, I hope they blame the people that are responsible, the ones that are holding the cash. Yeah, the reactionary view. That's right. The writers suck because they're all woke. They're all part of the woke propaganda industry. There's conservatives actively cheering it on. So I do hope that it has the intended effect.
So tone deaf to what we are saying. You cannot change the business model as much as it has changed and not expect the contract to change too. We're not going to keep doing incremental
Totally
changes
reasonable.
on a contract that no longer honors what is
completely
happening
different
right
model.
now with this business model that was foisted upon us.
Completely different.
What are we
business model.
doing? Moving around furniture on the Titanic? It's crazy. So the jig is up, AMPTP. We stand tall. You have to wake up and smell the coffee.
They're fucked because they did some trial runs with AI and fucking things sucked. And I don't doubt that technology will be there eventually, but it's not there now at all, which is exactly why it's important to take this stand now.
We are labor and we stand tall and we demand respect and to be honored for our contribution. You share the wealth because you cannot exist without us. Thank you.
And then she added as well. And then she added as well. The final comments. Massive respect for Fran, absolutely. Gang gang. Gang gang. We're going on strike. Strike, so good. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Gang gang. Strike, so good. Strike, so good. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Gang gang. I can't stop, Marina. I'm literally trying. I'm trying. Marina, you would be good at that. You would be good at being an NPC streamer. Someone take out his batteries. I wasn't here when you watched this video, but I hate that I know what you're talking about when you say this. Well, Weenus, did you see my tweet? I did a popular tweet about it, even. It's doing numbers. I did for the I rarely do this, but I did a live tweet. I follow a lot of artists on Instagram and they're heated over the AI stuff, and I have different views on it. You know, like I've used AI art to do art for like the music stuff that I do, and I get all the arguments about why artists are against it. You know, I'm an artist. I make music and do other stuff, and I think myself, like if my music that I do or whatever is going to be scraped and turned and algorithmically turned into something else through some AI thing, you know, I feel like that's just something that's going to happen. And really, I think AI can be an interesting and cool technology, but it has to be wielded by human beings, though. It has to be wielded by artistic human beings. It can't be wielded by this like corporate studio that's going to algorithmically determine what people want to see and use AI to just like generate it. Like, I think it can be a really interesting tool when it's being used by interesting and creative people for interesting and creative reasons, you know, which is not what these studios want. So I have a less like militant viewpoint of it. And again, this is coming from someone who is an artist. Okay. I don't have quite as much of a militant viewpoint of the technology, but I definitely do think there needs to be a stand taken to ensure that this technology isn't just used by these massive entertainment conglomerates to just generate content and squeeze every single actual artistic and creative person out of the process. That's my kind of viewpoint of it. And yeah, that's a good point, Alicia. That's what our economic system is about, right? It boils down to capitalism. Everything with the potential to make life better or easier will be wielded for profit. That's exactly it. And that's exactly why I think when it comes to the Hollywood and the writers and actors that are going on, the exact right time to take that kind of a militant stand, as this not only has the streaming business model completely changed things, but now with the introduction of these kind of new technologies, they got to make sure that they're taken care of. Ad agencies are full of artistic people that will be forced to produce more and more with less and less with AI as their tool. Well, for sure, but I mean, I'm not even counting like ad agencies that they're already exploiting creative people and using their creativity for totally horrible and nefarious means. For the most part, they're not even get content out of these applications, but rather use the apps to justify underpaying people by downgrading their jobs. You're no longer a writer, but you're a script editor. Yeah, you're not writing anymore, but you're writing prompts. You're not writing scripts, you're writing prompts, and then you're editing the scripts that the AI spits out at you, which is probably the same amount of work, but they're going to give it a different name and give you a different pay scale for it. To say nothing of residuals and other things that are getting squeezed out as well. Well, folks, I got to go soon. I know you're making fun of me because of like the wind, because there's a strong wind. It has turned into a hurricane in some places very nearby, as I pointed out. But I do got to go pick up my kid from school. I'll make one final push to see if anyone wants to support TRRS. Once again, I myself am an underpaid gig economy entertainer. You know, maybe at one point I would be able to do this kind of job on the radio or TV and get paid a salary. That is not the case anymore. I'm an underpaid and underemployed gig worker for the Amazon Corporation, funneling money up to fucking Jeff Bezos for his gigantic bathroom with like 27. I called it a gigantic bathroom. I meant gigantic mansion with 27 bathrooms. A bit of a Freudian slip there. His gigantic bathroom. This guy's really obsessed with people peeing. He wants to control who pees and when. And at his house, he can just go pee anywhere. You can just pee all over the place. So, folks, I don't get paid a salary by the Twitch Corporation or by Amazon or Jeff Bezos or anyone. I am entirely funded by the people that watch this program and listen to it. If you can, please subscribe to TRRS. I guess maybe it was a lofty ambition getting to the sub goal again for the fourth day in a row today. That is okay, though. That's totally fine. People have been very, very generous this week. But if there's anyone else out there, folks, that wants to support TRRS, jump into the base level of the friendship triangle system. That's Twitch's only two-dimensional triangle-shaped friendship access and trickle-down clout tiered reward system. It's the only such system that exists on this entire platform. Get into the base level, gift a sub and move into the chaos zone, and gift 5 subs or above to move right up to the elite tier of the friendship triangle system. And with that said, is there anyone else out there? Is there any other brave hero out there that wants to subscribe to this channel and help keep this content on the air? I'm your own personal NPC over here. And, you know, what am I selling? I'm selling entertainment. I'm selling education. I'm also selling my own dignity. My own dignity is for sale on this channel, as you've seen many, many times. I'm not going to piss into the wind. No, I've received careful instructions not to do that. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang. Oh, it's so hard to not say that. It's really hard to not say. Yes, yes, yes. So does any other brave hero want to step to the table, folks? Want to step to the plate? Step to the table. That's not really a... That's not really a saying. I'm not on Twitter anymore, Rob. Please show me the video of you. What's the video of me? Do you want to see the yes, yes, yes video? Is that what you're talking about? Maybe for one more time. Maybe just one more time. Elon pay you ad revenue? Absolutely not. Not a blue check. He's only doing that to people that subscribe.
What is the noise again? Quack, 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 quack. Yes, popcorn. Meow. Yes, popcorn. Ice cream so good. Meow. Gang, gang. Pop, amazing. Hum, 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 hum. Fire, fire, fire. Ooh. Fire, fire, fire. Gang, gang. Yes, yes, yes. Hee-haw, yes. You got me feeling like a cowgirl. What is the noise again? Quack, 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 quack. Yes, popcorn. Meow. Yes, popcorn. Ice cream so good. Meow. Gang, gang. Pop, amazing. Hum, 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 hum. Fire, fire, fire. Ooh. Fire, fire, fire. Gang, gang. Yes, yes, yes. Hee-haw, yes. You got me feeling like a cowgirl. What is the noise?
I'm sorry, Marina. I'm sorry, Marina. Imagine being her neighbor. I often imagine what my neighbors think about me. With the kind of shit they're hearing when they're in the stairwell or whatever. They're hearing me doing it. Okay, Jesus Christ, I gotta go, folks. I gotta go. I just got a fucking emergency alert. Environment Canada has issued a tornado warning for this mobile coverage area. Take cover immediately if threatening weather approaches. I gotta go get my fucking kid from camp. This is actually like, as much as people were making fun of me here, I gotta go. I gotta go, go pick him up. You have about another, if anyone wants to get me to 20 subs, that would be a good way to end the stream, I think. Really? Wouldn't it? People have been very supportive. I don't want to crack the whip too hard. I don't want to crack the whip. But considering I'm leaving in a potentially dangerous situation, you know. I might never come back. I might leave and you might go to turn on TRRS tomorrow and be like, where is he? And because I blew away. I blew away in a literal tornado. Or I'm just streaming on TikTok. Okay, I gotta go. A tragic umbrella accident, somewhat similar to the Mary Popping incident. Live stream of Rob's legs sticking out from under a house. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, wish me luck, folks. Wish me luck. I gotta go. All these people believing tornado warnings. God damn it. Okay, folks. I'll see you tomorrow, all right? Tomorrow, Friday. I'll see you then. Goodbye for now.